Hello and welcome back to Maximum Fucking Efficiency in Settlers Rise of Cultures. It's time for Mission 10, Robbery and Betrayal. A little bit of foreshadowing here. Yeah, this is the big one. The big one, or, well, one of the big ones at least. I'm not gonna admit how many attempts it took me to finally get this map on track, but one thing I'm gonna admit is that I'm not playing the game right now. I'm just talking over my initial recording because yeah, I was not ready to record my voice so many times. The amount of attempts it took me. So, about the map, as you can see, my initial setup, I already built a metalworks, so this time we're really gonna create some tools. And straight away I'm preparing a fortress. I'm not connecting it just now, but I'm preparing it. I have very precise places for my buildings, so I want to place these exactly where they are. Also the roads, I have very very precise configurations for the roads, as you can see, connecting them where necessary. And there is my third sawmill. I'm gonna pretty much forget everything that I did and why I did that, but the first moves, I've done those so many times that I know them blindly. Then I get a well and a ship farm. I've not talked about, or I've not showed ever, the Scottish tech tree. On this mission it's kind of relevant. The way I put the quarry there, you can quarry out all the stone from that spot. And I place a fisherman's hut. Of course you need also the woodcutters, so you need fish, a ton of fish on this map. The main objective of the map is to bake 75 bread, but there is a big catch here. There's a huge catch here. It's not enough to bake 75 bread. There are an opponent and two friends on the map. But the map's name is Robbery and Betrayal. So you know what that means in these games. When you have friends, they're not really friends. One of the guys, the red guy, McHammer, he betrays you. And the yellow guy is Currybutt, who is a big friend of yours. So he's always gonna be a friend, you know? He's never gonna betray you or anything. But still, there is gonna be some issue. Yes. So this map is a toughie. Now I stopped production in the metalworks because I want to save up my logs. Because as you can see, not too many planks right now. And I prepared the slaughterhouse. The slaughterhouse is producing meat for us, or ham, or whatever the hell it's called, which is the only food that the gold mine accepts. So it's kind of necessary. And the Scottish tech tree, I've not talked about it just yet, but it is important in this one because the slaughterhouse requires salt and sheep. And sheep is like the big resource for these guys. There are gonna be two main food items here, fish and this ham. And it's very important that the ham goes to the gold mine and not to the coal mine. So I'm gonna make some adjustments to cater for that. I'm not sure when. And I'm creating a mint. So my plan to this map and why I build a fortress over there is I will soon fight the opponent, who can be found in the middle between us, the three guys that are allied, quote unquote. So it's very close, and straight away, as you can see from the flag on top of the fortress, it has a black line crossing the flag means we are in a medium distance, and you can see the green stones over there, so it's kind of very close. Yeah, and another thing about the map, you are really pressed for wood. And not only wood, you are pressed for tools as well, even though I've built a metalworks. And I'm using single quarry to quarry out all the stone over here. You're still pressed for tools. So you really have to do the balancing act on this one to have wood for planks, for all your buildings, and also have tools, have wood for your tools. Again, cutscene galore. And this cutscene was because we have effectively met the pirates, and now our dude guy, McDoyle, has told McHammer, our big friend, that he should attack from the north and we will attack from the south, and it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be the best. Turned off ranged guy production because, you know, we are doing the Gigachad thing over here. The Scottish Gigachad thing. You're gonna see the power of the Gigachad soon. And I'm creating a distillery. A little bit prematurely, but there are two things why you would want a distillery, two reasons. First is to get soldiers, train new soldiers, you need whiskey for that, and the outer offerings that I'm just building right now is another reason. Because of the great offering that turns every carrier into Usain Bolt. That is very, very nice. That's why I'm building the distillery. This is the main reason. Okay, so here now I'm disabling coal mines effectively. Well, not disabling it, but telling them to piss off, to not use up the ham of the gold mine. I want all the ham to go to the gold mine and only fuel it. Because we're gonna have ample fish. Fish is much easier to get. In effect, you know, salt mine requires a fish on its own. So, and the salt is needed for the slaughterhouse to produce ham. Well, you can't see it because I've not shown it, but trust me, you need a salt and a sheep. Yeah, sheep also you get from a shepherd, so you need a sheep farm, but you also need a shepherd to collect the sheep. So it's very tool intensive, this build. And now I'm checking for waterways possibilities. But yeah, it's not really happening. Meantime, we are clearing the trees very nicely, which is two-edged sword, really. Because if we run out of trees and we still have some buildings to build, then it's not gonna be nice. Another shepherd up. I found out that single sheep farm can sustain 2 shepherds, so that's why I'm doing this. Not gonna build another well on the sheep farm, which is 2 more tools to get more sheep output, throughput. And you can see the mint's working, and I'm promoting my soldiers, so we are getting the Gigachads. Gigachad gameplay. Right now we don't have many Gigachads to work with, we only have a few. But the priority is to get the first few Gigachads and then the rest will follow. So I believe we start with 5 or 6 melee soldiers, and they are gonna be the guys who carry us, the melee soldiers. You will see soon how incredibly strong they are. And even though they are incredibly strong, it's still not gonna cut it. You know, it's just not gonna cut it to win the map easily. It's gonna be incredibly difficult. And if the guy's chilling outside, it means that they are not gonna find any more trees, so you can recover the tool from there. And I think I'm debating whether to build a fortress. I've just not decided on it yet. And as you can see, bunch of fissures. And this is, I think, the first time we have built an iron smelter as well. But this map is the long run, so you really have to plan all the way through. You really want all the trees extracted. Really want all the trees. No exceptions. And soon I think I'm gonna pull the trigger and build the fortress and start the attack. An interesting thing about the Scots is that their military buildings can hold way less guys than, for example, the Egyptians, but also the Bavarians. So the fortress can hold 6 guys. Grand total of 6 guys, which is not that much. This is gonna be extremely important later on. But it's also important right now. I finally decided on the waterway. Maybe that helps. Not sure. Just preparing a coal mine over there. And continuing the expansion. Sometimes it's a little bit RNG dependent. This green guy expands in your direction sooner than you would expect them. That's very bad RNG, not because you cannot handle them with a single fortress. It's because they're not expanding in the direction of MacHammer, the red guy. Yeah, we are getting paced at MacHammer. I think that's what happens. And yeah, that means MacHammer gets more territory. He gets a little bit more mineral resources and he gets a little bit stronger, and that's very annoying to deal with. You really don't want that to happen. And continuing the expansion and the extraction of mineral resources around us, like stone. Stone is becoming later on a very important resource, so it's very important that you do not train ranged soldiers. You don't want to waste your stone, because yeah, ranged soldiers not that interesting, but stone is. And yeah, Usain Bolt strategy, good stuff. And you may have seen that we have a few Gigachads up and ready. So we are very healthy, we are in a good situation. The fortress is ready. And just checking if everything's right in the economy. Extracting trees as always. And not attacking with a ton of guys, but yeah, these guys are gonna fall like flies I believe this green guy does not start with gold, so he's not gonna upgrade his troops. And this is no contest. He's gonna fall over. Yeah. I think he just destroyed his own military building, so that's why this battle was so quick. I don't think we did kill him, or kill much of his guys. And I'm building a second barracks. Very important thing to get Gigachads. Otherwise, if you create too many soldiers, they're not gonna get upgraded to Gigachads, they're only gonna upgrade to mini Chads or something. And here, a very tough thing. You have to build, well, you kinda have to build a guardhouse. You could build a bigger military building, but the problem is, the opponent destroys its own military buildings, but then rebuilds them. And he rebuilds them quick, then mans them quick, and it results in you losing your ongoing building. So that's really annoying. Then whenever you attack again, you're gonna again lose that specific building that you attacked because they're gonna destroy it. So it's a never-ending cycle this way. You have to be quick in building another military building yourself. And now I'm getting a little bit tool logged. -6 tools does not look very nice, so I may look at my options on what I could destroy here to free up some tools. It doesn't seem like I'm doing that. Yeah, guardhouse is up and Chads are moving in. Good stuff. Yeah, and I tell them to man the medium distance buildings so that I can perhaps attack somewhere, but I cannot see a military building. I could attack the headquarters and it would fall, I think. I just do not risk it. In the meantime, we got some tools, so we're not that tool locked anymore. And the guardhouse is almost falling, so at this point I'm sweating. Yeah, I pause a lot because, you know, this is a long ass fucking map, so sometimes I gotta take a rest or things. And another confession is that I will make saves. Yes, I have a good excuse for making saves. This map is fucking balls. That's one of my reasons, but the other reason is that this game is fucking balls. It crashed on me several times. Very annoying. Very, very fucking annoying when you have good progress and the game just crashes on you. Fucking annoying. Now, this time, you see, we are a little bit outnumbered. But you will see the power of the Gigachad. Oh, you will not. That's sad, okay. Well, the guy is a little bit fucking... he's a pussy. He's destroying whatever he has. As soon as he has the opportunity to destroy it. Well, that's the only way he can avoid getting wrecked. So, I get the point. As you can see, we have 8 planks, so not a lot of planks. It would behoove me to not get building. I'll start building a whole lot of buildings right now. also not only plank locked, we are tool locked as well. Yeah. Guy is distracting us over and over again, and let's see how the Gigachads handle this Slinger guy. Yeah. Kind of a joke. Yeah, this green guy is not really a challenge by any stretch of the imagination. A red dude, Mac Hammer, is soon going to, well, attack us or betray us or something. Oh, there is an unupgraded Chad over there. Simple swordsman, he almost fell. Yeah, that's not what you want to see, really. Unupgraded Chads rolling into the battlefield, but it doesn't matter. We've taken the first military building after attacking like 6 times. The first military building that we actually take is this watchtower. Straight away, I'm upgrading it to a stronghold. It's kind of important. And let's just kill this guy. So he has a ton of guys, but so do we, and like you can see the difference between the Gigachads and the Beast guys, Beast boys. Beast boys fall like flies; they just fall over. Like they are not the same competition. Yeah, and we have killed them. Now Mac Hammer betrays us. Yes, new primary task, defeat Mac Hammer. And that's the way it's gonna go in this map. I'm sure you already know what's coming, even if you don't know the map itself. It's not that difficult to tell what's gonna happen after we defeat Mac Hammer. So again, concentrating on clearing as much of the map as possible, ridding the map of trees. And I have 2 altars of offerings. You know, the usual thing. And I've made a mistake here, a big mistake at that. I've started producing ranged soldiers over in that barracks, which is not what you want. You want 0 ranged guys. You don't use them really. You don't need them. And the way you evacuate military buildings in this one is you set them to ranged. You don't have an evacuation button in this one. You can set the sliders of far, medium, near, but that sets every single far, medium, near military building that way. So it's not really reliable. If you want to manipulate what guys go in there, you set them to ranged. And ranged guys you don't give a shit about whether they enter the building or not. Makes no difference whatsoever. So again, looking at my options, if I can attack them or not. Resetting medium to 0 essentially. Freeing up some tools, that's the cycle. Just free up some tools every now and then. And I've noticed that there are some sheep roaming around, remnants of the green guy, so we could use that, maybe. Let's shepherd it up. So I'm gonna do that. Also, there's a forester hut, so we could cut that down. So I'm gonna do that. That's a free tool essentially when you take the forester out of another civilization that's no longer alive, so they cannot attack you. When they lose their headquarters, it's lights out for them. It doesn't matter what military strength they have, it's just lights out. They're never gonna do anything ever again. Of course they're gonna resist when you attack them, but you know, Gigachads. And there we go. And I'm deleting this guardhouse, and I'm not sure if that's a reasonable idea, but I'm doing it. That's that. Slowly but surely we are upping the numbers of our Gigachads, so good stuff. And we are moving, edging ever so close to the edge of the map, extracting every resource that we can find. And the tool lock situation is getting really bad over here. We need a ton of tools for all the buildings, for all the everything. But the good thing is that the supercharged carriers, they do very well to offset any weakness that we have by having all the economy spread out like this. So it's a good thing. Okay, and you know, this map is very fucking long, so we are gonna have a ton of time to talk about shit, and I've thought about some topics, you know, thought about some things that we could talk about, but I'm not sure if I just get to it right here, right now. I will see about that. First, next chapter of the map is gonna come really soon, which is the defeat Mech Hammer part. So I might wanna wait until that happens. I'm increasing my fisher count, but still the tool situation is incredibly bad, so yeah, logs we have. What we don't have is iron, so I'm telling my smithy to piss off for now. We have soldiers, that's not a problem. What we don't have is tools, so it's time to produce more tools. Now, second fortress up. That's why I destroyed the guardhouse, to build a fortress in its place. And another barracks, because I wanted to get myself a closer barracks so that I can transfer the Gigachads over there. And there we go, we attack 9 Gigachads versus Mech Hammers. Yeah, ragtag bunch. As you can see, we tear them a new asshole and they destroy their fucking watchtowers. What cowards. And I'm risking building a watchtower. Yeah, and not sure if that's a good idea, but the reason I risk it is because I feel like they are blocked from building a guardhouse, so that's why I feel a little bit safer doing this. So I'm doing it. Okay, tool situation is getting really nice now. I'm only -4, it's amazing. So I'm building a new fisher hut to offset the niceness of the situation. Yeah, and let's connect another coal mine. Let's up the coal production. And yeah, we are in a very healthy position to deal with Mr. Mac Hammer. Ah, that's the mint over there. I've not noticed it just now. That mint is producing coins, and yeah, I actually shat myself, so I stopped the watchtower production. Yeah, probably I saw the guardhouse getting built. That's why I decided against it, even though I had most of my building materials supplied there. Yeah, there it is. Yes. And let's go again. We don't have much of a chance, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna just destroy their building again. They're standing their ground. They're fighting. Not sure why, but they are fighting. 9 Gigachads, they're gonna tear them an asshole. Next to their already present asshole. And there they go. Okay, for some weird fucking reason they didn't actually delete the building this time. So I'm building the watchtower again. And push our advantage while we have it. There is a highly damaged Gigachad over there. Let's hope he survives. Yeah, he survives because this guy is a coward. He's a pussy. As you can see, they are damaging us, but they cannot kill us. They cannot kill a single dude. These guys are fucking indestructible. They are amazing. Yeah, so the economy is gonna expand a little because now we have 10 tools suddenly. And okay, 10 tools, nice and all, but we're gonna fucking tear through those. You can be sure about that one. And I'm getting a new sheep farm set up because I want to double up on my slaughterhouses. Or something, I guess. I want to do that, but first I will attack. And again, we are a little bit outnumbered. We have these ranged dudes. And if those 9 enemy guys were all Gigachads, then we would be done for. And again, we have almost lost a single dude. But they decided that deleting their own shit would be a better thing. And as you can see, militarily, they are much stronger than us. Much stronger. Still, we are wrecking them. Absolutely fucking wrecking them. Now, I'm setting it to ranged, effectively removing the guys from there. And a little bit chilling right now. And and then setting that one to melee, meaning that we are gonna get a bunch of guys in there. Yeah, there's our swordsmen, so not the best, but they're gonna do, I think. They're gonna do. In the meantime, as you know, diamond difficulty, they never ever need any food for their mines, so they are getting stronger and stronger because they have iron, they have coal, they have gold, they have everything that they would ever want and ever need. Yeah, also we are getting stronger, but we are getting stronger at a much slower pace. So I'm getting a new salt mine and the slaughterhouse, as well as a new gold mine, because I want to double up on my mint, on my coin minting. And let's press on. Again, we are outnumbered, but you know, quality beats quantity. And there they go. Not a single guy lost. Kinda healthy. I think we have had a few guys here and there that were very damaged, and as you can see, 0 losses. And this is the second guy we are killing, so that's the power of the Gigachads. You know what makes a Gigachad? That's one thing I wanted to talk about. Like, I'm pretty sure that the thing that makes someone a Gigachad is a jawline. So you could argue that okay, yeah, he's very jacked and you know, big muscles, biceps, you know. But if you don't have the jawline, then you're never gonna be a Gigachad. And you know, I don't have the jawline to be a Gigachad. I'm very sad about it, but that's the sad state of affairs. I'm gonna leave this honor to the Scottish Tier 3 swordsmen. They're the absolute best. I'm sure all of them, one by one, have the greatest fucking jawlines ever known to man. And I think that guy that is almost dead, he's gonna fall. Yeah, rest in peace, that guy. There's only hope. Oh, he actually survived. That's the only way he could survive, I think. Yeah, but there are a few guys that come to mind with that amazing jawline, like David Coulthard. Do you remember him? David Coulthard. He was a Formula 1 driver, and he had the greatest fucking jawline ever. Like, I was a kid when I was watching Formula 1, when David Coulthard was, you know, still alive, or I don't know what the fuck he's doing right now. He was still relevant, and I was looking at him like, oh my god, what a gorgeous fucking man. Yeah, if you don't know him, look him up. He is the giggest of chads. Yeah, when I'm thinking about these Scottish swordsmen and how they would look like, that's the face that comes up in my mind. So yeah, that's how you know someone's a Gigachad. And you know, being a Formula 1 driver, that limits you a little bit because, you know, you can't really get jagged and shit. But the genes, man, the genes, he had the genes. And holy shit, we're killing the guy without a single guy lost. There he goes. Okay, so that was Mac Hammer. Mac Hammered. Mac Nailed. Yeah, so Hammer, not a Gigachad, that's for sure. Yeah, and there you see there was an attack before the guy dropped, so he's never gonna attack again, but he still just got an attack off before things got out of hand for him. He thought it would be a good idea. Well, it wasn't. Lessons learned, my friend. But actually, for some weird fucking reason, the guy is not dead. This Hammer dude. Not sure why. But we have absolutely mauled him. We destroyed his, like, 2 times military strength. And yeah, he just does not give a shit. He's gonna be present on the next map as well. So now I'm telling the code to go to only the coin producing facilities. Should be nice. And now there's only 3 more tasks remaining. There is no more tasks. There's the logistics, whatever, which requires us to build 5 storehouses. There is a 5-star hotels, which requires us to build 5, fortresses. And there is the bake bread, which requires us to bake 75 pieces of bread. Okay, seems reasonable. Garibald's our friend, you know, he didn't do anything this whole game, like usually. But, you know, Garibald's like the guy that we play as, so he's never gonna do anything fishy, right? Right, guys? So we can just break the bread and be done with it, right? Is that correct? You know? Yeah, it's not correct. Absolutely not fucking correct. Okay, I'm stopping the production in the coal mines and the salt mines. You don't need to stop in the iron mines and you don't need to stop in the gold mines, because why I'm stopping it? Because I want to increase my bread number. There's a certain number of breads that you need to bake before you actually can go to the next chapter of this map. There's a trigger. I believe it's 52 bread for a very weird number, but it's 52 bread. I would know because, oh man, how many fucking times did I watch that counter go to 52 and then started praying for my fucking life? Yes. I would do many things in hindsight. This was like my attempt 3 or 4, this initial part, and soon after I'm baking the breads, I'm gonna save, because fucking unstable piece of shit this game is. I had one of my good starts eliminated by, you know, fucking crash. So right now I'm just getting the present objectives done, what I can do about them. And yeah, nothing much is really going to happen for a long time, so I'm gonna start talking about shit that I find interesting. And you know, I've talked a lot about relationships and stuff like that. I've not really talked about marriage yet. I live in a marriage myself. It's been nearly 5 years that I'm married to my wife now, and you know, I have my own thoughts about it, and I do know that many others live through this experience differently. Like, it highly depends on who your partner is, how your marriage turns out to be, but it also matters how you set up your initial boundaries inside the relationship. It's a game of many pieces, small moving pieces, parts, and you can fuck up in many ways. But the main thing you can fuck up is that you choose the wrong person to start with. It's very easy to fuck that up. And I've heard some stories, some very, very, very sad stories recently. You have to know that in our country we have these government policies that promote getting children. So we get a ton of money for effectively just getting children. We are getting tax reductions, and we are getting these, free money essentially. We can use for anything, or we could get some loans for our homes. So all in all, very good situation for those who want to marry and who want to get some children. But there is a catch here. There is a very, very serious, significant catch here, and that is if you just marry for the reason that you want to get kids and you want to get the money, you want to get the loans, you want to get everything that's good about this, then it turns to the dark side real quick. I've heard this story that one woman who lives near us, she claims that her husband has turned evil, essentially. He's had enough, and it's really, really terrible. Like, they have 2 kids. One is like 2 years old, or 2.5, like my son, just about. And the other is like 4 months old. Yeah, good work, okay. So 4 months old kid and 2 years old kid. So you can imagine that. And the guy, the amazing guy, the dude guy, has just told the wife that he wants to fucking divorce because he's had enough. He's had enough of the crying, and he's had enough of the discomfort that the children cause, and he's pissed about the wife having to support her and shit like that. And that's horrible. And you know why that happens? That happens because people marry because of money, because of the government helping the people that marry. And there is no longer the incentive to marry and have kids for the sake of getting married and having kids, like normal people would do. And that's why things like this happen, that they just do it because that seems like the logical thing to do. It makes sense to get kids, but then the guy realizes after 4 fucking months of their kid getting born that, yeah, I don't want it. You can leave our home. This is my home, I've bought it on my own money. You don't deserve to be part of that. You can just leave. What kind of fucking monster does that? It's nonsensical, absolutely fucking nonsensical. No brain, this dude. But yeah, this is very much present in today's life. And I believe this is not only because of the government funding of families. There is also a big part that society being as it is, it's a horrible, horrible, horrible society right now. It's not really respecting the notion of marriage. People no longer give a shit about, actual marriages. They just don't. They couldn't be arsed about this piece of shit that's marriage. That's horrible. I really think that's horrible. Women no longer want to get married, really. They just don't care. If there wasn't this government funding, I don't think there would be so many marriages. And you know, that also devalues the real marriages, where people actually marry because they wanna marry and they have kids because they wanna have kids. You're just instantly labeled that, oh yeah, you just got kids because that's the logical thing to do, you know? It's kind of fucking shitty. But yeah, that's the sad state of things that's going on, and you know, I'm not gonna deny it. Having kids is very hard to do. It's not an easy thing, but if you really want it, then you're never considering, you know, pointing the fingers and you know, leaving your wife. That's, you know, I can't even comprehend how shitty that is. Yeah, so it's a hard thing, marriage, and I'm not gonna deny it. It's very hard having kids, but it's nothing that you cannot manage, really. If you have to, you know, start the work before the actual marriage. That's when it all starts. After marriage, you cannot really do anything significant. It starts when you actually choose your partner. That's very importantly starts, and it's also very important when you set your boundaries. Like, you're allowed to do this to me, but you're not allowed to do that to me. That's my boundary. And if you've set those right, and things are going on well, then I think you have a pretty good chance of getting through rough times. And you know, rough times are gonna come. The you know what, the kids, they're gonna present with a rough old time. Some people claim they're gonna fix their marriage with having a kid, and let me tell you, that's not how you fix a marriage. That's how you destroy a marriage, and that's how you destroy a person for life, because that kid is, you know, done for life. And you know, those two kids, the 4 months old and the 2 years old kid, they're done for life as well. Horrible. Okay, there was a cut, yes. Why was there a cut? Because I created a save, and with that save I had to reload. Why did I have to reload? Well, good question. There are two reasons why I have to reload on this particular map and why I have to make these cuts. Yes, this map is a bitch. Yes, it is a bitch, and it's very hard on me specifically. Yes, I've never had a problem with this game before, this particular map, that there are, you know, stability issues, but now it's, you know, getting crashes and shit, and crashes in a very difficult spot, that is. I've already had a crash before this that destroyed one of my playthrough attempts. I was killing McHammer. In fact, I probably killed him already, and then the game crashed. Decided that, yeah, you're doing too well, brother, so it's time to crash on you. That's one reason why I'm saving, but yeah, it's good for a different reason that I saved, because I got absolutely wrecked. Yes, absolutely wrecked. And I think multiple times I had to reload from this. Oh, maybe only once. I made up my mind to help myself a little with this altar of offerings that I just built. So yeah, and I'm destroying these fortresses. I'm making sure I get a ton of stone for my military buildings, because I'm gonna need a hell of a lot of stone to get my military buildings up, and I'm gonna need planks as well. So here I'm gonna get myself a nice little, you know, wood factory, as they call it. Yes, and I'm gonna concentrate my efforts on getting as many strongholds as humanly possible. Yes, there we go. There's a new fortress, but that's not gonna be the only fortress that we're gonna get. Yes. Yes, on this one, I'm not sure if I've talked about it yet, because it's been like 2 hours since I recorded the last part, which you're gonna feel it was like 2 minutes ago. For me it was 2 hours ago. The yellow dude, Garibaldi, is gonna betray us. Yes. Well, the story says he's not gonna betray us directly. He's gonna be thrown into the prison, and he's gonna... Yeah, this Razgar dude is gonna take over. He's like his commander, and he is a big bad dude. He takes over the entire army, which is kind of hefty. It's kind of hefty, and we're gonna have to fight them. Now, how do we fight them? Good question, because we are allied. And it seems like we only need to bake bread. Now, if you bake bread, bake that 75 bread. You're not allowed to bake 75 bread, by the way. You're only allowed to bake 52 bread, exactly, precisely 52, before shit hits the fan. Yes. So you gotta be ready for that. When the counter on the right reaches 52, then all hell breaks loose. It's going to be doom all over again, you know? You will see. You will see. But before we do that, there is much preparation that precedes it. Like, we have to do all that are in our powers to try and maximize our attacking force. So the area where we can hit them, or numbers that we can hit them with. So I may have talked about it, I may have not talked about it, I have no fucking clue. But the Scottish fortresses can house 6 soldiers. So that's not a lot of soldiers. And if you want to attack with numbers to counter their numbers, because they're gonna have numbers, you can be absolutely sure that they're gonna have numbers, then you're gonna need numbers yourself. And with fortresses, where you can house 6 soldiers, it's not gonna come easy. You need a ton of fortresses to actually get your numbers up. Because as you know, like in Settlers 2, there's always one guy who needs to stay in the building, in the military building that you're attacking from. So, but I think in this game you can attack from bigger distances, so that's, you've got that going for you, at least. So it makes sense to build fortresses way back. Like, as you can see, I have fortresses way back, and they're gonna help out. But yeah, we are gonna fight hundreds of guys, hundreds and hundreds of guys, and they're not gonna be as easy as Machammer and the green guy, Pirate, because they were not really promoting their guys, and these guys, they are going to be elite. They're not Gigachads. Yeah, don't confuse them with Gigachads. That's a different ball game, but they're gonna be able. And man, they are gonna be able. They're gonna kill some Gigachads. Unlike the other two, they're finally gonna kill some Gigachads. So it's going to be sad. It's going to be really sad. We're gonna cry. We're gonna cry a lot. But yeah, that's just what men do, you know? That's what you have to do sometimes. You need to cry. Cry like a grandmaster. Yeah, but it's what you need to do. It's what you have to do. It's what you have in store. So yeah, I'm building a barracks so that we get our guys to the front line quicker. Very important. And I'm also going to build a storehouse. Not sure if I do it just now or I'm gonna do it later. But also what we could do is, because nothing much is really going on, but it's only preparation for what's to come, we can talk about shit again that we like usually do. And you know, I was talking about marriage and how you can, yeah, I'm not sure if I talked about how you can get a good marriage, but that's an important thing. You know, I have my own vision on how that can happen, and many people will not agree with me in this one. But yeah, I've thought about it a little, so you need to base it very well. You need to build the base of your marriage pretty fine. And I have a belief that if you screw up your marriage, if you know, you're not with the person that you wanted to be with, then you know, if it ends with divorce, then you don't have anyone to blame but yourself. And that's true for everything, pretty much, without exception. Everything that happens in your life in particular is your fault if it goes wrong. Marriage is not an exception. You can see the big rift between us, the yellow guys and us, so that's what we have to climb. So yeah, my belief is that when you marry someone, like freely, like you're free to marry someone, no one is forcing your hand when you get married, then you only have yourself to blame if that turns to shit. So you had time to get to know the person that you marry, and even if they turn evil or something, you know, I can't accept the fact that you cannot sense it in advance. I mean, there are some exceptions, yeah, there could be some exceptions when like mental problems turn someone crazy or something, but the grand majority of times you will find someone, you will like them, and you will be able to decide whether they are like good people or not good people. And you want to only be married to people that you trust, and trust for life, you know? If you don't trust them, don't marry them. That's simple, pretty simple. Sounds simple, feels simple, and is fucking simple. If you don't do that, then you can cry all you want, but you fucked yourself up in the asshole, you know? It's just your fault, you know? No one else can be taken at gunpoint for that. No one can be held responsible for a divorce. And, you know, divorcing is interesting in its own, because it's so ingrained in today's world. Like, divorcing is such a normal thing nowadays. And, you know, the notion of a marriage contract, do you feel how bad it is? Like, when you begin a marriage which is supposed to last for your life, and you're already planning to the end of your marriage, which, you know, is not by death, of course, naturally, it's not by death, it's gonna be a divorce, but you're planning for it. Horrible, absolutely fucking horrible, disgusting, terrible, frankly ridiculous. Yeah, I can't really take people seriously that do this. And by the way, I destroyed the guardhouse and built the fortress because if I extended it, it would first have gotten a watchtower, full cost, then a fortress, full cost, so don't want to waste more stone than we have to. We're already wasting more stone than we need to because of the fucking... yeah, I got to it in time, so the soldier training or something. Yeah, so how can you take something seriously? Like, it's not only marriage, like when you have something, whatever, you know, and then someone's already like planning for it to end in a shit way, then you don't have any trust in that process or anything. You don't feel that, yeah, this is gonna work out. No, you're gonna feel that, oh yeah, it's gonna be a shit. It's gonna be a piece of shit. It's gonna be horrible. And we are sailing towards the inevitable death, you know, the death of the process. That's what marriage contract is. You can fuck up in many ways your marriage. It's really not that difficult to do. But yeah, people do that, and they don't even realize it's bad. It's with many things that they don't realize it's bad, and it's bad, you know. But yeah, it's kind of common nowadays, and every divorce, every single divorce, weakens the existing marriages. Like now you cannot really escape it. It's ingrained within the notion of marriage that, you know, there is this thing called divorce, and it can make things bad. But it's there. If someone like gets bored of one another, then just, yeah, let's divorce and it's all fine. No, it should not never be like that. You should never even consider it. Piece of shit. If you're planning for divorce, then you're not planning your marriage. You're planning for a shitty life, shitty fucking life. That's what you're planning for. Marriage in itself is, well, it was designed for a reason this way. It was done so to have reasonable families, and you know, and the like. So yes, nowadays it's not really that common to see that normal families, normal marriages. Very, very sad thing. But yeah, it's getting kind of normal to divorce nowadays. Yeah, it's this playthrough has turned a little on the dark side, but yeah, whatever. It's gonna soon continue in a completely different way, because I'm soon gonna save, and we're gonna continue from there. Yeah. Yeah. So right now I'm just pausing production, which is gonna be funny in a few seconds. Trust me, it's gonna be funny. Then I'm gonna pull the trigger with the save. Thank fuck I did that. And we are 2 hours later, at least in the commentary. Yes. And we are gonna laugh a lot because I just disabled the mines, and now I'm gonna enable them. And I'm gonna do a lot of things that I did in the last section. I'm gonna do the opposite of that in some cases. One of these cases is the fortress, yes. And rebuild the fortress. I finally realized there is some stone in here, so we are not that pressed for stone anymore. And I'm gonna build a storehouse there, which I mentioned last time, but I didn't actually do it in that video, so... or in that part, because you will see a single video. I'm just shitting around with these multiple parts because of the fucking saves loads. Yeah, again, I loaded my original save. I think this was also about 59 attempts that I fucked in this part of the map. Yes, so now I'm setting these guys to melee, effectively getting some guys in there. And yeah, there is the things that I'm doing a little bit of things here and there, just trying different stuff. Maybe they work. And in the meantime, we are steadily producing more bread. That is something that we are doing at the moment. We are producing some nice little bread. We are edging ever so close to... Oh yes, coal. We are reducing the coal that the smithy using, so that the mines are using the coal instead, because that's what we need more than anything. Because yeah, we have 39 virgins, 40 virgins. Now we're not gonna need any more virgins, because so virgins are not gonna help us, but Gigachads are gonna help us. So we're gonna focus on getting more Gigachads instead of getting more virgins. Yeah, when these virgins enter the battlefield, like you see against the pirate guy and against Mech Hammer, they're just gonna fall like flies. They're not gonna influence the outcome of things in general. So instead, what you want to do is promote as much as you can, and with the double barracks layout, like I have a barracks which have the tier 1 virgins, then the tier 2 chads are in a different barracks, but it also accepts coins. Like you can see it in the left, there's a tier 2 chad building, then they get coined to Gigachads. That's the way you get a steady flow of Gigachads. Yes, and a very efficient maneuvering of the coins there. Maybe you noticed that the guy picked up the coin about 5 times, put it from one flag to the other on the same road. Very efficient, so that's maximum efficiency for you, blood. Soon we are gonna fight, we're gonna attack soon, and we're gonna have the final section. Let's fucking go, but first we're gonna supply the planks. Yes, very important to supply the planks and supply the tools, because we are gonna have to build guardhouses. Because the opponent's gonna destroy their guardhouses because they are stupid. And I think we are almost ready to roll. Yeah, we're nearly ready. Okay, and now the final reload. It's time for the final countdown. It's gonna be the, yeah, again, a little bit of correction needed from the last part, because, you know, I've played this part like 1,000 times and I've had some experience on how things go. And I found out that doing things this way is better, you know? Yeah, I had like maybe 15 attempts on this map. Some were destroyed by crashes, and here we go. That means, that signals the start of the war. Straight away we are attacking them. We are attacking them with pants down. They have not yet filled their ranks with soldiers. So yeah, we can actually capture some buildings. It's fairly nice. But as you can see, they are now not so much pants down. They have some resistance, and something I may have not shown. Oh yes, there was a guy killed. Yeah, Gigachad lost. I cry every team when this happens. But we take 2 buildings actually. One was destroyed by the guy, so from 3 attacks, 2 buildings, that's not too shabby. That's nothing to sneeze at. So this particular part. Now, I made my defenses light from this harbor part, and I was expecting attack, but I got attacked here on this guardhouse. So that's what happened. And here you can see he is flooding in with the guys. Yeah. Meanwhile, we have reached the bread limit, but my guy just throws it into the trash because we have not yet freed Garibald. Ooh, yeah. So now we get the offering, which I don't think I talked about it. Maybe I did, I don't fucking remember. But it heals all my guys, so that's kinda neat. And I think I found a pretty good time. Now he's attacking by ship, but I don't think he attacks with too many guys, so it's not going to influence the things. But I was really expecting him to attack me through the water, through a ship, with a huge number of guys, like hundreds of guys. Like when you saw that swarm, I was hoping that it would come through ship, but yeah, you see, not it didn't happen. Just two guys coming over, kind of a joke. But that's how you win quickly, because you can take your time, you can get many Gigachads, and you will outscale your opponent. I guarantee that. You know, the Bavarians get unlimited crossbowmen. That's okay. That's, yeah, whatever. But you get Gigachads, and you get a ton of Gigachads. If you get like 100 Gigachads, then I think this is no contest. You're gonna roll them up like a cigarette. But yeah, if you do it with 50 Gigachads, like I did, and then it's gonna be an RNG battle. Yeah. Again, we reached the bread limit, but my guy just doesn't care. And you can see massive battles. So many skulls litter the ground. That's a beauty. Sight to behold. Yes. World War I, that was just, you know, child's play compared to this one. And yeah, the dude's defeating his own buildings, destroying his own buildings, so that we do not make progress. Yeah, that's how he rolls. It's kind of clever, to be honest. And the way you do this, you really have only one chance with so little Gigachads, is that once he starts his attack on the ship and he brings 1,000 fucking guys over, and those 1,000 guys are not gonna defend their home, and that's how you can attack them and actually win. So again, we are getting attacked and not in the right place, so the guys are swarming in, but not through ship. So yeah. As you can see, many of our guys are getting killed, but they are getting weaker, so the huge schism between us in military strength is now getting healed. Yeah, they are more on our level now. They are still stronger. They are still a lot stronger. So at this point we are getting pushed back, and it does not look nice. So as you can see, many of our guys were killed in this conflict, and now they are pushing us back, so it's almost nearing the point where I would consider a restart. Yes, still no restart from me. I'm hoping. Yeah, I freed up some soldiers here and there, and now I'm attacking with a huge force. But those 30 guys, there are some virgins in there, so you don't take that too seriously. And now, finally he's attacking overseas with a sizable army. Well, not too sizable, but a reasonable amount, as you can see. So we are finally making some semblance of progress. They are getting their defenses lighter, which is what we want. And this gives us an opportunity to attack them. Yeah, again, the bread thing. Gigachads are gonna prevail. Now we are freeing up the soldiers that we have at the back that cannot really contribute. Meanwhile, they are having fun over there. And as you can see, despite the amphibious assault, they still have a shit ton of guys defending their own country. But it doesn't really matter. It only matters if they can defend their headquarters. Yes. If they cannot defend their headquarters, then you know, it doesn't really matter how many guys they have. And now we are attacking 4 versus 9 and 4. So 4 Gigachads are assaulting 9 brave Bavarian soldiers and 4 brave Bavarian crossbowmen. And I'm not even paying attention, because I'm thinking, yeah, that's, you know, not worth watching, you know, we're gonna fail, so who cares? I gave it a try. Yeah, too many defenders, you know, too many defenders. Not gonna be successful. But when I check it, like, oh, let's see. Oh, there's a single crossbowman. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, and the 98 HP Gigachad kills the headquarters. Oh man, yes, and I'm saving, and I did a save, so yeah, I'm not letting this slip from my hands. I finally did it. Yes, yes, yes. We will see my victory dance. Yes, yes, yes. I'm teabagging the map. Yes, teabagging the map. That's how you do it. And there you go. He's castrated. Even though he's still stronger than us, he has lost his headquarters. So yeah, we have killed 200 plus guys. I don't know what that means, but yeah, sure. As you can see, the comparisons between these graphs that I don't know what they mean. Yeah, I'm just showing these for shits and giggles. You know, maybe they mean something to somebody. Not sure. Buildings we had more. Yeah. And military strength, as you can see, they're still stronger than us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't care. We've won. That was a nice map. What a sweet map. Now it's only waiting game. We have to once again reach 75 fucking bread. This time McDoyle will not distribute it among the poor, or in other words, take it to the trash. We're just gonna keep it, and we're gonna win the map. Okay, so what an amazing map. The only issue I had with this map is the fucking crashing. Otherwise, great map, and I would probably play it once more and give it a try if I can do it even more efficiently and effectively without the fucking save loads. But with the crashing, man, I have no hope. And next up we're gonna have mission 11. Some claim that it is impossible altogether, so yeah, I don't know what to expect. And it's impossible because well, let's take a scenic view from the ship while we're at it. So you really don't have much to do with how that map turns out. So it's AI versus AI, and if they lose it, then you're done. So interesting. I'm gonna check it out how effective I can be there. Yes, we took quite a beating. Yes, we did. Just a scratch, but we are missing a leg. Yeah, that's accurate. Accurate. About 30 Gigachads were lost during the recording of this episode. Yeah, but try not to cry, my friends. It's over. Okay, what a great map. See you on the next one.